This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about AJ Brown building that chemistry with Kenny Pickett as we get ready for this Dallas Cowboys game. Also, do Dotson need more targets, or the media is trying to spin the narrative? Lastly, Kobe Dean is doubtful. We're going to go over the injury report, but man, that one hit. But let's get straight into it. All right, so before we hop straight into it, I want to talk about Saquon Barkley and this Eric Dickerson thing. Yes, I want Saquon Barkley to break the record. And shout out to Eric Dickerson, should I say that? Or is he hating? So he was asked about, Saquon Barkley breaking his record. And he said something in the matter of, no, I don't want him to break my record. But if he do, he has 17 games. To me, Eric Dickerson is a GOAT. He's a legend. And the things he did for the Rams were great, but this is like flat out old head hating. In my opinion, man, he coming off as a hater. He really don't want Saquon to break it, which he was honest about. But reading it sound bad. Maybe when he worded it sound better. But the headlines just make him really come off as a hater of Saquon, praying on his downfall. Hopefully he don't get it. And then he's saying if he do, you should put an asterisk because he get an extra game, which I think Eric Dickerson is just on some old man hating junk. He want his record to stay there forever. It is what it is, but come on, man, just congratulate the guy. He's getting close or show him some love. But this quote, man, it definitely comes off as hating. But hey, again, Eric Dickerson is one of the best to do it, but Saquon will go down as one of those as well. Just show him a little respect. Show Saquon some respect, man. Saquon is a weapon. Saquon's been doing it all, and he brought life to the Philadelphia Eagles. And if he break your record, just respect it. Because I think he probably go for like 200 yards against the Cowboys, in my opinion. I think he's going to go off, but we will see. We will definitely see. But let's get into these topics, man. Let's talk about A.J. Brown building that chemistry with Kenny Pickett. Hell, let A.J. Brown say it.
Done a great job. He's done a great job. He did a great job last week. We had a few hiccups, but overall he's doing a great job. It's not his first rodeo. We have a lot of confidence in him. I do, and I'm excited.
He said you two have been talking a lot this week, getting on the same page. Just what have those meetings been like?
Just really communicating as much as we can, getting reps as much as we can to the side. That's what it's been a lot of that.
With the knee, is that kind of the same thing that you were saying last week about this time of year? Everyone's kind of banged up and you got to play through it. Or is there anything different going on with it?
That's the same thing.
And you say off to the side. I'm curious, is that just on the field? Are you spending time maybe in the lunchroom or throughout the building just talking to Kenny Pickett more throughout this week?
That's every time I see him. We're talking about something off to the side on practice field, trying to get a rep here and there, trying to steal a rep. So, yeah.
I know you've been around him all year, but now that maybe you're taking more reps with him, spending more time with him, so maybe something you learned about him this week you didn't know, either as a player or person.
I talked to Kenny. I sit by Kenny. I've been sitting by Kenny all year. So, yeah.
I think that's pretty dope. He said he's sitting next to QB2, who will be QB1 this up and coming Sunday. So we will see two backups. Well, I thought this was going to be a premier game, going into the season. Dak versus Jalen. Maybe they fighting for the division. And we held up our end. Well, Jalen not being there, we ain't hold up that end. But we held up our end, being competitive the whole year. And Cowboys did not. Let's call a spade a spade. Cowboys were terrible. And honestly, they look better with Cooper Rush. That's just my opinion. But Eagles held up their end. Overall, good record, fighting for the division. In the talks of in that second seed, first seed, or whatever. We held up our end. Cowboys did not. And it's just going to come down to backup QBs, who backups are the best, per se. But we got more starters out there. And again, it's good that the AJs and the Devontae Smiths of the world are talking to Kenny Pickett and getting some reps in. And so LaShawn McCoy was right. I think Jalen Hurts was going to sit out regardless because he just need the extra rest getting ready for the playoffs. And when you look at the Cowboys, they even sat CeeDee Lamb. Kenny Pickett was a starter in this league. He got a positive record as a starter in this league. And this game should be huge for Kenny Pickett because not only does he get to play, but he get to show something on film. Like, okay, you playing a big game per se. This is a big game. You can clinch the division, and you got weapons around you. Let's see what you can do. Because if he can make some things happen, if he look good with his arm, look good scanning the field, then again he got some premier receivers. Maybe some teams will want him. Maybe some teams will trade for him going into that 2025-2026 season. Like, oh yeah, we seen that game against the Cowboys. We seen you look good. Eagles, we'll give you like a fourth for him or a fifth or something for him. And maybe we could trade Kenny Pickett, flip the Kenny Pickett pick and get another quarterback like we usually do. So I'm hoping Kenny Pickett have a good game. One is to clinch the division, but two, just from himself, put something out there on film. There's always teams that need a quarterback, no matter how many drafts or whatever come up. There's always going to be a team that need a quarterback because it's only a limited supply. I think Cam Ward and maybe Shador Sanders are starters first day, but I don't think the other quarterbacks are. So that's two out of what all these other teams that's possibly going to need quarterbacks. And again, Kenny Pickett was a first round pick. So show those skills, show you still got it. Pittsburgh basically pissed on your name. You haven't really been that good in Philadelphia, in my opinion, but it's time to change the narrative because you're playing with starters. You could make the excuse like it was backups preseason, but now you with the starters. Just win this game. Cowboys barely got their corners and stuff out there, starting corners. You should be able to shred that defense. We gonna shut down Michael Parsons. Just make the right reads. Use Saquon. Use the receivers and Kenny Pickett. You should be able to win this game. No excuses, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But again, man, I'm happy that the starting wide receivers are talking to him, building that chemistry, building those reps. Just in case we got to play with him against the Giants as well. But if we lose this game, I can almost say Jalen Hurts is going to have to save us against the Giants, who is tanking. But let's get into the next topic. Let's talk about the injury report and Nakobe Dean being doubtful. So Brenton Covey is out with the neck injury. Wonder if they're going to put him on IR. We got to watch Brenton Covey because he be a full participant, but he been out. And I wonder how bad the neck is. Pause. Jalen Hurts, concussion officially out. Will Shipley, concussion officially out. Kobe Dean, this is the one that shocked me that he was doubtful. We're going to talk about that. Then you got Kenny Pickett, obviously will play. Bryce Huff is questionable, and pretty much everybody else is playing. But let's talk about Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean being doubtful. I know he took a shot to the stomach area per se, and he did miss a couple reps, but he went right back in the game. This seems like they trying to protect Nakobe Dean because he's a guy we're going to need down the stretch. While Zach Bond been overshadowing him, Nakobe Dean been having a phenomenal year. Very phenomenal year. Being that weapon as well. Going to blitz. He's getting better in coverage. He reads the quarterback really, really well. And he's really good at making downhill plays. So we don't want anything long term with him. Even though I thought when Over and Burks came in for a couple reps, he wasn't bad at all, to be honest. But Nakobe Dean just been playing at a really good level. Nakobe Dean, you could almost vote him as a Pro Bowler for sure. I won't go as far as all pro, but maybe Pro Bowler. He probably could sneak in because the numbers. But Zach Bond been overshadowing him. But Nakobe Dean, again, man, don't doubt his contribution of what he's been doing. He's been getting better and better each game. And he's a guy, again, going into the playoffs, we got to watch, make sure he's healthy. Even if he's like 70%, don't let him play. I think Over and Burks will be just fine if he's like 70%. I think Over and Burks and Zach Bond can slow down Rico Dowell without a CeeDee Lamb on the outside. Because that's all they could really rely on. That's their weapon. They running back. And N'Kobe Dean sitting out this game, we will be fine. We don't want him re-injuring something or something is nagging. If he can miss this game and we could win, and then obviously sit him for the Giants game and then just get ready for that playoff game, that's what, 2 weeks of rest. I think we'll be fine if N'Kobe Dean need to sit. But this is something we need to watch going in long term, in my opinion. So if he's doubtful, honestly, I would let him sit. I think Trotter Jr. again can hold it down, and Over and Burks can hold it down. We will be perfectly fine, in my opinion. All right, so let's get into the last topic. The last topic, Dotson. Do Dotson need more reps? So the media is trying to spin a narrative. NBC Philadelphia put in, oh, why Devontae Smith and AJ Brown getting all these targets? What about the other guy, Dotson, right? And they got him as like the cover photo or whatever, which I don't think is cool because to me it's causing division. And say what you want, if you watch the film, the things Dotson is doing, not catching the ball, is really remarkable. You know, he's really good at those like pick pass plays. Because I think even like a Devontae Smith touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the way Dotson played it to free up Devontae Smith for the slant touchdown, it was phenomenal. While Dotson don't get any accolades for that on the stat sheet, if you watch the film, he's doing a really, really good job. He had one of those against the Saints too that was really good. Remember that basically game winning catch by Dallas Goedert. Like, yo, that was a really good play by Dotson, freeing up Dallas Goedert to get all them yards. So being a wide receiver 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles, I won't say it's a thankless job, but it's one of those jobs like you got to look at. I'm not going to get a lot of stats, but when the ball come my way, I got to make the play, and I got to do a lot of things to free up the guys. Like we have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. They just going to get majority of the targets. They going to get like 70 to 75% of the targets. That just is what it is. And then it comes down to the running back getting the ball, the tight end getting the ball, and the wide receiver 3. Now, with Dallas Goedert coming back, Dallas Goedert's going to get some of those targets. And then Saquon, just being Saquon, is going to get some of those targets. So you may get 2 or 3 targets. You probably get that because we're not a throw the ball team. We're still a run team. So Jahad Dotson is not going to get as much targets. But what I like about Jahad Dotson is that we know he's reliable. Like we throw the ball his way. I don't think he has a Quez slip up like how Quez had that in the Super Bowl. If Dotson has a chance for the ball like that, I believe he catches it. We're not asking Dotson to, get 700, 800 yards. We're asking him to be reliable. That's all we asked for Quez Watkins at the time, too. Yeah, you're going to get like 3, 4 targets, but be reliable. We can't give you 4 targets and you got 3 drops. That's just not going to work because most of them targets comes where I had no other option. This is going to you. We need you to catch this. And, that wasn't Quez Watkins when he had to switch to wide receiver 3. But so far, what Dotson's been showing that he's reliable. But this feel like that article by NBC felt like it was trying to divide, like, oh, force feed Dotson, this and that. No, we're not going to do that. When you got 2 superstar wide receivers who get paid a lot of money, they going to get the ball. Got a RB1 that get paid a lot of money. He's going to get the ball. Got Dallas Goedert, top 10 tight end in this league. He's going to get the ball. Just is what it is. And there's only one football. Only one football getting passed around. So I think that Jahad Dotson been handling this really, really well. I haven't heard anything like he's bitching or something in the locker room. He's actually been keeping it cool. So I like Jahad Dotson. I didn't expect a big year, to be honest. The only thing I keep looking at, like, damn, we did trade a third for him. But it is what it is. It just is what it is, man. But again, he's reliable. That's all we ask for our wide receiver 3. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? N'Kobe Dean being doubtful, AJ Brown, Kenny Pickett, Saquon Barkley being hated on by old heads. But this is Eagle Al. I'm out.